Hopes, dreams, and desperation aplenty in tonight's feature lineup, headlined by the late model's biggest race of the year, the Paradiso 50. A cutthroat points battle heats up even more, but before we get to the on-track madness, let's catch up with some of the competitors in tonight's headline event, starting with the former winner with Kyle.
And Rob, it's been an ultra-competitive year for the late models, as it usually is. We expect another intense race here tonight in the Paradiso Insurance Late Model 50. And a former winner is Wayne Corey Jr. Picked up the 2021 checkered flag. How big is that win for this division? And how big is this night for you guys in these late model stock cars?
Yeah, you like to say it's just another race, but the reality is you do look forward to it all year. It's like it's strategically placed, I think, toward the end of the season. There's a lot of build up to it. You always like to win the big one if you can do it. So yeah, I think we all look forward to it, and it's something. It's a nice feather in your cap if you can do it.
What does 20 extra laps mean behind the wheel?
For me personally, I enjoy the extra distance. I think it gives you a little bit of time to, potentially go on a little bit of a longer green run, feel out the car, feel out the line a little bit, and just make progress, as opposed to, needing to make all your progress on a start or a restart or whatever, right? So I think it is nice to have some extra laps to do some real racing.
How would you sum up your season? Top 5 in points, couple wins on the year, with still about a month to go.
I hate to say it's a disappointment. We're excited that we've been fast. We're excited that we've won races. It's tough to know what we could have had if we didn't break some things and finish last a few times. And that's, there's nothing we could go back and do about that. So we're very happy with the way things have gone. The crew's really come together. I think we found something good here. So I'm really just hoping to keep winning.
Best of luck to you here later tonight.
Thank you.
And on a run of top 5s here for Wayne Corey Jr., looking to get back to victory lane here in the division's longest night here later this evening. Now let's hear from a driver that's had a long couple of weeks putting his 87 car back together after a big incident 2 weeks ago. He's with Rob.
Kyle, I'm here with Chris Meyer, the man of many names, one of which, Chrissy Two Scoops. Chris, every week it seems like you come here saying you got the car to win, and you end up having to put it back together week in and week out. How challenging is that for this team and you to recalibrate and bring your best foot forward every week when it feels like you kind of have to get the scraps back together?
I guess it's good practice. I mean, because you're not wrong. Every week we come here with a car that's capable of competing for the win, and it seems like this year, more often than not, we've been in trouble. And the team and the guys and Bob Phil puts the car back together, and we come back and it's fast again. So, I mean, I guess that's a testament to the team and shows that we have bad luck. It's not we don't have a speed problem, So, a little bit of luck and we won't have to put it back together.
Despite the bad luck, this car, as you said, has speed, especially for these 30 lappers. What more do you look from it for a 50 lapper?
I think I'm really excited about the 50-lap race. I've never been the driver to fire off real fast in the beginning of a race, and I've always been the kind of guy who likes the, I get better as the race goes on. So I'm really looking forward to 50 laps. We were in it last year at the end of that race. I think we finished third, and we were right in the battle at the end. So we're looking to do that again tonight. I mean, I think we're well prepared, and half the car's brand new, so we don't, we're just looking for, like I said, just looking for a little luck, and we're going to compete for the win.
You talk about firing off late in the race. You love the longer runs. Do you think that's how the rest of this field's going to be playing it, or are you sort of looking at this as more of a counterplay for you guys?
I don't really worry about what everyone else is doing. I mean, we've been our own worst enemy this year, so it hasn't really mattered. So, but I'm sure some guys want to get out front quick and try to make as much distance as they can, because, I mean, just as this race could have a lot of cautions, but it could just as easily go green to checkered, honestly. There's so much talent in the field, so if it gets spread out, you could end up going caution free. So yeah, we're just gonna worry about what we're doing and just try to stay smooth, stay out of trouble. I'm confident that we're gonna be there at the end to race for the win.
Well, good luck out there, Chris.
Thank you.
Rob, maybe we'll catch up with the driver running for the championship this year, just 8 points back as we head into the home stretch of the late model season, Paul Verrecchio Jr. And Paul, is that something you think about this year heading into the division's biggest night, 50 laps here later this evening?
Try not to think about it, but it's there. I mean, 4 more races left? So points are points, and we got to make sure we're up on top. Want the championship.
Paradiso Insurance 50, a lot of drivers, a lot of big name drivers have won this race over the last decade. How special would it be to add your name to that list?
So it'd be even better because it'd be very special for me because my first ever win in a dare stock was the Paradiso Musco Shootout back in 2003. So it'll be cool to add that with the rest of this year.
Special event for street stock competitors back in the day, like you mentioned, Dare Stocks, part of Fall Final Weekend for winners only, and obviously they've carried their sponsorship over here into the late models. How do you approach these next 4 weeks? And let's first talk about the race tonight. 50 laps. Does anything change behind the wheel from the normal distance of 30?
No, I just got to stay calm, cool, collective. That's what I've been basically doing, not push the issue. You know, if you're going to pass, you're going to pass. If not, get yourself in an odds number so you don't have to restart on the outside. So that's what goal we're going to go with, and just play it out of here, you know, get to the front.
Best luck to you here later tonight.
Thank you. Best luck to you guys.
Well, we'll try. Paul Verrecchio Jr., we are not in the race car, however, here later this evening, but he will be for 50 laps, looking for his first Paradiso Insurance Late Model 50 win. Now let's go to the other side of the pits, and Rob, he's been able to catch up with the defending winner of this event.
Kyle, I caught up with Alex Verne, driver of the 12 late model and the winner of this race last year. Alex, is there any sort of secret sauce to these 50 lappers that you kind of just go into this week looking at it the same way you do any other week?
Well, I think the only choice is to go in it looking at it like any other week. This is my third year in the late model, so I don't have that much extra distance experience, but we did win last year. It helped that we had a good car, so we have just prepared the best car that we can, and we'll see what we can do for this year. We were really good in July. We didn't have a good August. It's tough. August was tough, so we have made some changes, and hopefully it'll be better for today.
50 laps, your guys' longest race of the year. Is there any sort of effort to be conservative in the early laps here, or is it really not something you can afford to do in a division as cutthroat as this one?
I think it definitely counts for something. Even in a 30-lap race, a normal distance race, I think it does count for something just because it is very cutthroat, and at the end, like, they don't pay for the first lap. You can't win the race on the first lap, so you just have to be there at the end, and if you have to make a move, I want to have the best car that I can have, not one that's used up. So it is something to think about, but I think it's just part of managing the race and knowing when you got to make a move and perhaps when it's time to let somebody else make the move for you or just wait until the door opens.
Speaking of secret sauce, you guys are the top driver in points without a win in the late models this year. What more are you looking for, an extra inch here and there out of this car for the last few races of this season?
I think there's a couple different things that we've done and also some stuff that I've been working on as a driver to improve my racing. So it hopefully will all come together and we can get a win before the end of the year. But we've been working really hard, so I can't thank everyone enough who helps out, and we look forward to seeing what we got later.
Good luck out there, Alex.
Thank you.
It's time to go racing all of our weekly divisions and the Paradiso 50. Kyle Rickey, Ben Dodge, and Bonza Tufa on the call for it all.
Well, get ready because we are in for an incredible night of competition. The good folks in Paradiso is giving away some tickets to the fall final event. You can make a donation for one of those great shirts while they last down at the main entrance area in tonight's program. The big story that we've both witnessed already is different strategy. Some people say they like the extra distance in the late models. Others say, well, they prefer the sprint. But there's one thing that we know. Tonight's 50-lap event means extra cash, extra money, and one and only one name can be atop the charts as a Paradiso winner for tonight's event. Kyle Rickey is alongside, coming back from assignment in Oregon last weekend. Kyle, welcome back, and we are in for a great night of competition here as well.
Going to be a great night for the late models, their extra distance event of the season, the Paradiso Insurance 50, and as you mentioned, some T-shirts available, special event T-shirts commemorating tonight with the donation down on the midway just to the left of the main ticket booth as you enter. Those donations go to the 6016 Veterans Awareness Project here in the state of Connecticut, and everyone that donates will be eligible for a pair of tickets to the fall final. That drawing will be held here later this evening, but the T-shirts are limited, so make sure you pick them up here shortly as we are set to go with our race program. The late models, of course, in the spotlight. It is tight atop the championship. Adam Gray, the 4-time champion, looking for 5 as an 8-point lead over Paul Verrecchio, who we just heard from a moment ago. Alex Fern looking to become the newest winner of the season after winning this race a year ago. A lot of storylines here tonight in the late models and in all 5 of our divisions on what has turned out to be another gorgeous night here in North Central Connecticut.
It certainly has. And don't forget, just around the corner, the Tour of Destruction is coming here to the Speedway on September 20th at 6 p.m. Tickets are very limited, so order your tickets in advance. Be here for this historic night. An endurance event. 80 of the locals come out to try their skills here, and we certainly want to see you here as well. So it looks like we're just a few moments away from sending out the first of our qualifying events. The order for this evening's program includes as follows. The limited late models will be the first group of qualifying heats. Following them, the SK Lights, the SK Modifieds, and of course the headliners tonight, the late model division. There will be no qualifying events for the street stock division. The answer is obvious because they are pre-qualified with the top 18 eligible. So right now, let's go into our starting lineup. This is round number 1 for qualifying action, and here is Kyle Rickey.
Limited late models come out onto the racetrack, and leading them out onto the surface will be the 95 from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Utility Services New England car for Jay Clement.
Daddy-O's Honey brings us car number 42. Outside row number 1 from Northford, Connecticut, it is Dana Ray.
Third starter inside row 2, it's the 80 from Old Saybrook, Connecticut, the Saybrook Rentals car for Norman Root III.
Position number 4, WGF Building, brings us a 24 from Three Rivers, Massachusetts, Kyle Theriot.
Fifth starter, car number 28 from Tolland, Connecticut, the Streibel Trucking car for Rich Hammond, former divisional champion.
In position number 6 is car number 6, multiple-time champion, the LNS Equipment Machine from Windsor Locks, Connecticut, Jeremy Lavoie.
Seventh starter, car number 74 from Springfield, Vermont, the Bears Cleaning Service F&M Enterprises car for Matthew Winter II.
In the 8th starting spot, it is car number 14. Watch this guy, the Lloyd's Transmission Machine from Agawam, Massachusetts. It is Kevin Cormier.
Ninth starter, car number 21 from Tolland, Connecticut, the New Wave Bath car for Kevin Crosby.
Making one of his rare appearances is the Black Widow Motorsports car number 8 from Union, Connecticut. It is Tyler Secor. That is our starting lineup. 8 laps, 7 cars to transfer among the handicap. And on the starter stand for this evening's presentation, DJ Hellberg, who's celebrating a birthday with us. Happy birthday, DJ. And Mike Hellberg are, of course, the 2 men at the helm there. Race control consists of the following: our good buddy Gunny and, of course, Chris Gambano, along with a staff of individuals that look over the playing field to make sure everything is equal and everything is fair for tonight's presentation. If you just joined us, plenty of great food available. We remind you that the Midway area is loaded with all types of great food items. Don't forget those racing souvenirs. As 2025 comes to a close, there will be a lot of specials in your favorite t-shirts for some of your favorite drivers on sale there as well. Kyle, it looks like it's up to you. They pass beneath the Napa Auto Care billboard. This is round number 1 as qualifying is about to commence.
Set to go, limited late models on the back straightaway. And also, I'm glad we got our t-shirts early, Ben, because there's a lot of folks down at the Paradiso tent just to the left of the main entrance down on the midway. Get those t-shirts with a donation while they are available. Pace car is on pit road, set to go green this time by. Dana Ray will bring the field off of turn number 4 down to the stripe, and heat race action is underway here this evening. Norman Root to her right elbow, Root topside. Dana Ray on the bottom. Dana's been finding her footing here recently, has had some good feature event runs, and settles in the line in the second spot over in turn 3 behind Root.
There's no question about it. Root came from the Waterford Speed Bowl, learned his lessons well, came to Stafford. He has been a front runner since he got here. But right now, Rich Hammond becomes the star that works the magic to the inside. One of the all-time great veteran drivers moved up to second. Third is a hot spot on the racetrack. Dana Ray was there. Short-lived Kevin Cormier moves up to the top 3.
Cormier up to the 3rd position in car 14. Further back, Jeremy Lavoie, that red and yellow numeral number 6, digging on the bottom as he crosses the line in 5th. Closing in on Dana Ray for the 4th spot. Kind of that battle that leads the second group as the top 3 scamper away up the backstretch. Root, Hammond, fastest lap of the event last time in that 28 car. Kevin Cormier to round out the top 3.
Cormier is coming. He works his magic, looks to the inside. This time, Rich Hammond tries to hold off. No challenge there. All of a sudden, Cormier, like he was shot out of a bow, moves quickly into second. Cormier is up to the runner-up spot. Meanwhile, Norman Root still the fastest car on the racetrack. Halfway down, halfway to go.
Here they come off of turn number 4. It'll be 4 down, 4 to go for heat race number 1. Root crosses the line. No real change at the front, and at least among the top 3. 4th place car, Jeremy Lavoie, wants to join the front 3 at the front. He was able to move around Kyle Terrio a lap and a half ago. Terrio in the 24 to round out the top 5. 3 laps to go, and it's all Norm Root at the point in the orange, number 80.
There's no question, once Root got out into the lead, he started to string it out just a bit. Cormier has tried to move in. 0.578 separates first and second. Nobody is gaining that much margin. Second and third, about the same. Single filed is the story. Remember, their distance later in tonight's program is not a factor for this group this time, but it is for the late model division.
2 laps to go. Kevin Cormier up to second. Moved around Rich Hammond a couple laps ago and has begun to close in on Norm Root for the race lead. Cormier started deep in the field in the 8th position. Root started right up there toward the front, and they are about within 2 car lengths or so of each other over in turn number 4, coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go for Root.
Final circuit as they head down into turn number 1. Root has the field covered. He's got a racy race car, but Cormier is closing up the gap. Time is starting to run out. They head down deep into turn number 3. Off the turn, they come back to the stripe. Final circuit. Norm Root's amazing lead is all but vantage. Black and white is out. Norm Root will take down the win. Kevin Cormier in for second. Rich Hammond for third. Jeremy Lavoie for fourth. Kyle Therio to round out the top 5. We've got a spin. It is Scott Clement that goes sliding down through the center of the infield. Kyle back in the 5th spot. Kyle Therio. Kevin Crosby would finish in the 6th position, and Dana Ray will round out the top 7. 3 cars will not make it in the handicap.
And they include Scott Clement in the 95, Tyler Secor in the 8, and the winter car deep in the pack in the 10th spot.
So there you have it, round number 1 now into the record books as round number 2 comes on to the racetrack. Car number 5 will be the Mojo's Cafe and Lawn Service car from Willington, Connecticut. It is Darryl Vertiflay.
Car number 9 will go to the outside of the front row from Canton, Connecticut, the RE Spray Foam Gold Properties car for Connor Jensick.
Let's take a look at row number 2, starting position number 3. The Westside Oil Machine from Canton, Connecticut. It is car 23, Devin Jensick.
4th starter, car number 83 from Wellington, Connecticut, the Rob Russell chassis car for R.J. Serdell.
Keep your eyes on the 5th starter in car number 55. That's the Tri-State Equipment Repair car from Somers, Connecticut, Jason Lafayette.
6th starter, car number 22 from New Hartford, Connecticut, the GP Fence car for Gary Patnode.
In the 7th starting position, it is car number 11. Watch this guy, the Haidar Construction car from Woodbury, Connecticut. Car number 11, Travis Haidar.
And he's a championship point leader heading into the home stretch. 8th starter, car number 82 from Pasco, Rhode Island, the New England Chipper Repair AZ Roofing entry for Samantha Dell.
Car number 44 is up next from Durham, Connecticut, the Team Choice Machine for Shelby Swan.
And to round out the 10-car field, the number 38, the Secor Racing sponsored car for Dave Secor.
Dave Secor, of course, a former street stock champion here at the Speedway, now coming back to the competition as well. Field's being told to cross over, double them up. Darryl Vertiflay along with Connor Jensick making up the front row. And of course, Devin Jensick, R.J. Serdell, row number 2. Last week, R.J.'s girlfriend came up from Florida to watch him race. Unfortunately, Mother Nature changed all of that here at Stafford. He went to another racetrack on Saturday, and Mother Nature was not kind again, and unfortunately had a mechanical problem, so she never did get to see him race. But she'll be watching tonight on Flo, I've been told. And right now, we're about ready to go to green.
And he'll bring the field into turn number 1. That black and green, number 5, Darryl Vertifay at the point with Connor Jensick to his right elbow. Devin Jensick there in 3rd, backs up that second group just a bit. That includes the 55 of Lafayette. Here's a race up front. Connor Jensick had a peek to the outside of Vertifay, but had to settle back in the line to come around to complete lap 1.
Already the movers and shakers are starting to rise to the top. Car number 55, Jason Lafayette, has just moved into the 4th spot. Vertiflay is the fastest car on the racetrack, setting the pace. Meanwhile, RJ Serdell trying to hold off Pat Node. He's been there and done that this season. And right behind him is Travis Hydar, the point leader going in.
Hydar in the 11, so consistent all season in his rookie campaign here in the limited late models. Right now out of the top 5, car number 11. Not sure there's a need to panic though. Still a long way to get those couple spots. The top 7 qualify into the handicap, and he is in that 7th position, challenging the most recent winner, Gary Patnode, in the 22. And just ahead of Patnode, a race from 4th on back, Serdell picks up a spot on a backsliding Jensic. That's Devin.
Does a great job as RJ Serdell moves into the 4th spot. Devin Jensic drops back to 5. Gary Patnode is right in the hunt, and right there with him comes Travis Hydar. Hydar moves to the inside of the 23 car. That bumps Devin Jensic back a spot. Off turn number 4, halfway down, halfway to go. Darrell Vertiflay looking racy tonight. Usually he's not this strong in qualifying.
Oh, and around goes Serdell over in turn number 2. May have had a little help there as they were really stacked up from 3rd on back.
So RJ Serdell goes around. Earlier this season, a feature event winner. Started up front, led every circuit of the competition. He gets the Rob Russell race car fired back up, and he will pick up at the rear of the field. First caution comes out of the evening, 4 laps in to 8 laps of competition here.
Let's get a look at a replay and see what happened up in turn number 1 to put us under this caution flag. See a little bit of contact there, Serdell and Patnode, and stacked up in front of those cars going into the corner. We'll get another look at it here.
Keep your eyes on the white and red car. Goes to the inside there. There might have been a little contact there. Everybody tries to scramble to get it by, but RJ Serdell, he suffers the worst of the wear, and Patnode was able to keep moving. Unfortunately for Serdell, he has to pick things up at the rear of the field. Field's being told to cross over, get doubled back up, and we're about ready to get him fired back up. Guys to watch now become Jason Lafayette, Gary Patnode, and Travis Hydar. They're all starting to make their presence known. 4 of the 8 circuits are now complete.
Be sure to visit our friends at Paradiso Insurance just at the main gate as you came onto the property or into the racetrack. A donation will get you a special event t-shirt. The donation will go to the 6016 Veterans Awareness Project, and every donation makes you eligible for 2 tickets to the Napa Fall Final later this month. Hard to believe it's already the month of September.
Sure
Where
is.
did the season go? As the green flag is back out, and heat race number 2 for the limited late models is off and rolling into the corner with Darrell Vertifay at the point.
There are 6 cars literally under a blanket. It is for the lead. Vertiflay, who looked so strong before, now being chased down by Jason Lafayette. The battle of the rookies. Travis Hydar is right there on the inside. Vertiflay goes way up the hill. Brand new leader emerges. Car number 55, Jason Lafayette. Connor Jensic moves back into 2nd. Travis Hydar is up to 3rd. Vertiflay is still fighting to hold on, but it's not working now.
Kind of summer of the rookies for the limited late models. Jason Lafayette has gone to Napa victory lane. Travis Hydar has picked up multiple wins. They're both among the top 3 in a run for the championship, with Hydar the championship point leader. Now Hydar takes the 2nd spot away from Connor Jensic as Connor falls back to 3rd, just in front of older brother Devin and the most recent winner, Gary Patnode, in the 22.
There's no question about it. Quickest car on the racetrack suddenly became Connor Jensic. All of a sudden, here comes Patnode. White flag is out. No surrendering in the battle for 2nd on back. Final circuit. 7 is the magic number in this 8-lap event. Jason Lafayette has the field covered. His rookie partner, well, not his partner, but he's another rookie, Travis Hydar, running in 2nd. Off the pace is RJ Serdell. They come off turn number 4. Patnode is charging for the 3rd spot. Checkered flag is out. Jason Lafayette will take down the win. Travis Hyde, quickest lap of the race, will finish in second. Connor Jensick is third. Gary Patnode is fourth. Devin Jensick is fifth. Daryl Vertiflay is sixth. And believe it or not, Sammy Anderson snuck in the closing laps to take over the seventh, a very important transfer spot.
Samantha Dell will finish in that seventh position. Then it's going to be Dave Secor, Shelby Swan, and RJ Serdell as we check in with Bonza Tufa for the first time tonight over in the pits.
Hello, Kyle. Want to give a quick report on Jason Lafayette, who just won the limited late model heat race. He said the car has always been good, just had a bit of a rough stretch over the last few weeks until that second place run last feature. He's trying a different line. Remember, it is his first year in this division, different car, handles differently, so he's still trying to understand what the best line is to run a limited late model. He's trying a new line, and so far, it's been pretty sporty.
So here we go. Once again, this is round number one. These are the SK Light division, and car number 87 will be starting at the point. The number 87 car up front, and of course, he's a veteran, Joey Farino, out of East Hartford, Connecticut, the Wicked Power Sports car.
That's the inside of the front row. Outside of the front row, the 57 from right here in Stafford Springs, the A-plus fire protection car for Aaron Goff.
Row number 2 inside, car number 25, Wellington Pizza car from Ashford, Connecticut. It is Ben Morrison.
Fourth starter, car number 2, the current championship point leader coming into tonight from Auburn, Massachusetts, the Propane Plus PT Watts Gary Rice equipment car for Megan Fuller.
Let's take a look at row number 3, starting position number 5, car number 42, Stephen Kalajanis from New Hartford, Connecticut, the Kalajanis racing car.
The driver that has gained the most ground in championship points will start 6, car number 50 from Windsor, Connecticut, the GRE 6 car for Peter Bennett.
7th starting position, feature event winner, the Wicked Power Sports machine. From Stafford Springs, Connecticut, car number 1, Bob Charlane.
8th starter, car 51 from Norwich, Connecticut, the SAB Tree Experts car for Matt Brewer.
One of the all-time great veterans in this division, Vernon Chevrolet, multiple feature time winner from Stafford Springs, Connecticut, car 29, Chris Matthews.
To round out the top 10, the 52 from Waterbury, Connecticut, the Arubos Auto Care Center car for Anthony Farino.
And picking up the rear of the field, the Jean-Guy Poulin Racing, the Schumalzi and LaFleur car from Coventry, Connecticut, Frank Latois Jr. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag is out. Outside lane seems to get the start. And the jump in Austin Goff is way out in front by the time they come off turn number 2. But look out, here comes Megan Fuller, 3 wide, as Joey Farino's car develops kind of a little bit of a stutter step, and it goes from the front row just to the bottom of the top 7.
Slip sliding toward the back of the pack is Farino. Remember, Nick Anglaise drove that car at the feature last time out after Anglaise had a heat race issue 2 weeks ago. As the challenge up front tightens up just a bit, Austin Goff the leader, Megan Fuller in second. Behind them, Matt Brewer finding some speed on the bottom. Car number 51 takes the 3rd spot away from Peter Bennett, who will fall back to the 4th spot in that orange number 50.
Fastest car on the racetrack, back in the 6th position, Stephen Kalajanis. Back up front, here comes Megan Fuller. She moves to the inside, Goff is on the outside. Comes off the turn like a rocket. Car number 2 becomes the brand new leader. But look out, here comes Matt Brewer. Brewer does the crossover in turn 2. Matt Brewer puts the red 51 up to 2nd. But here comes Kalajanis. He'll make his presence known underneath Goff.
Austin Goff in the outside lane. Kalogiannis on the bottom in a bid for 3rd, just in front of Peter Bennett in the 50. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Megan Fuller at the point as she goes to turn 2 as the race leader. But here comes Matt Brewer to the exit of the corner and with a run up the backstretch.
He was among the quickest cars in practice. He's showing his muscles, flexing as they come off the turn. Almost side by side. Now move factor number 3 involved. That is car number 42. Stephen Kalajanis is up to the 3rd position. Side by side for the lead. Matt Brewer moves out by inches in front. Kalajanis gives him a power assist. Megan Fuller is stuck in the outside lane.
Fuller top side. Kalogiannis now to her inside for the runner-up spot. A car length behind the new leader, Matt Brewer. Crossing the line with 2 laps to go, the 51 goes to the point for Brewer. Fuller back to second, Kologiannis in third. Bit of a gap back to the battle for fourth, and a couple of cars bounce off each other, including Austin Goff in the 57, the 1 of Bob Charland and Ben Morrison in the 35. We stay green. White flag, 1 lap to go.
Well, the final circuit in the competition will look like this. A bid now still going on for the 3rd spot. Megan Fuller tries to maintain, holds on to second. Here they come, back off turn number 4. Down to the stripe they come. Checkered flag is out. It is Matt Brewer to take down the win. Megan Fuller for second. Stephen Kologiannis to finish in 3rd. Chris Matthews up to 4. Peter Bennett for 5. Then it's Bob Charland for 6 and Ben Morrison for 7. Who will not make the handicap?
Austin Goff in 8th after getting into that contact on the backstretch. Joey Farino in 9th. Frank Litwell 10th. Anthony Farino will round out the 11-car field as heat race number 1 goes back to the pit area. Let's go there now with Bonsa.
One driver that has been trending in the right direction in the SK Light Modifieds, guys, is Stephen Kologiannis. And when I've talked to him in the last couple weeks, they feel like they've found something in that 42 car. He's been racing this division now for a few years and has been improving season by season, but they've really picked it up in 2025, and they're riding a good wave right now, finding consistent top 10 finishes. So far, so good in the heat, looking to build on that momentum and get a good run, possibly a chance at a podium.
So there's one of the side stories, things to keep your eyes on here tonight. Round number 2 is going to look like this. Car number 16, the Busy Bees Learning Center car from Chaplin, Connecticut, will start at the point. He's had a tough go of it lately, but he is back in true form. It is Nicholas Hovey.
Outside of the front row will be car number 75 from Windsor Locks, Connecticut, the Jim Chiapponi family racing car for Casey Votes.
USNE Power brings us car number 15. She'll be starting in the inside of row number 2. That's the Rory West McKinney's construction car from Colchester, Connecticut, Amanda West.
And her outside, car number 55 from Summers, Connecticut, the Arcari Motor Sales car for Paul Arcari.
Here's a guy that's been doing good lately in the Pro Automotive machine, the Stu McCarthy prepared car from Oxford, Massachusetts, car 34, Dalton McCarthy.
6-starter car number 32 from Milford, Connecticut, the Dell's vinyl siding car for Robert Bloxham III.
7 starting spot, watch this guy, he's been strong. The Tolland County Foundation replacement car from Ashford, Connecticut, car 35, Josh Morrison.
A recent winner of this division and another recent winner and fast as of late, car number 10 from Seymour, Connecticut, Yukon, the sponsor for Nick Anglaise.
And then we go to car number 18, part of the Berry Racing stable. And that, of course, is Tyler Berry from Preston, Connecticut.
And round out the 10-car field, the number 45 to the outside of that 5th row from New Hartford, Connecticut, the Chikoski racing car for Ed Chikoski.
So there you have it. This is round number 2. Again, the story, 8 laps, 7 cars to make the transfer. We remind you that Napa Auto Parts is the official parts store here at the Stafford Speedway. Look for the blue and gold. Wherever you go, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. Here they come. The green flag is out. Pretty much dead even at the line. Nicholas Hovey, who will admit he's had no luck at all this season here at Stafford. He moves out in front, but here comes Amanda West. USNE Power, the brand new sponsor of the West machine. She moves into second. Casey Vogt is right there on the outside, Kyle.
Casey Vogt in the 75, the 15 of Amanda West on the bottom. That is a race for the second spot behind the driver that led the championship standings for so much of the summer, Nicholas Hovey. But after back-to-back weeks of issues, 3 in a row for Hovey, he's fallen a little bit in the championship standings to the back half of the top 5. He leads now to complete lap number 2 by a car length over Amanda West, and Casey Vogt still locked up for that second spot.
The guy to keep your eyes on is car number 10. He started back in the 8th position. That's Nick Anglaise, the Yukon-sponsored race car. He is up in the comfort zone in the 6th spot, but here comes Morrison to try to bump him back. Back up front, side by side, bid between the 55 machine and Robert Bloxham. They're evenly matched. The car returning some heads today. He's up to the top 5, and he is being challenged by Anglaise, who moves in, takes over position number 5.
Anglais so fast in practice earlier today, but having a tough time in traffic here in that outside lane. Car number 10, although just posted the fastest lap of the race last time by. So while he's a little deeper in the field, pretty fast on the racetrack when it comes to lap time. Stuck behind the Bloxham car right now. Top side has some pressure from the most recent winner of Morrison. Just behind him to the inside are Carey. So kind of boxed in right now is Nick Anglais in that 10.
It appears that Morrison went way too deep that time, way up the hill. He loses a very valuable position. Why is that so valuable? It's a spot that guarantees him to start closer to the front of the field. Back to the bottom of the top 5. It is still a wicked battle between Nick Anglais. Akari is still there, but Anglais makes a bid down underneath Bloxham. Bloxham slams the door. Bloxham's up to 4. Here comes Anglais again off turn 4.
It was fun to watch Anglais a couple weeks ago pass about a car every single lap, set him up off of turn number 2, executed the pass in turn 3. Not having that kind of success here in the heat race, but he is where he needs to be, currently in the 5th spot. Well behind the race leader, Nicholas Hovey, who is on his way to a heat race win in car number 16.
Like days of old, Nicholas Hovey, quickest car in this qualifying run. He'll take down the impressive victory. Amanda West to finish in 2nd with her brand new sponsor, and Robert Bloxham to round out the top 3. Casey Vogue is 4th, Nick Anglais is 5. Paul Akari, good run for 6, and Tyler Berry for 7. 3 cars will not make the handicap.
And those 3 are Josh Morrison, who won just a couple of weeks ago, Dalton McCarthy, and Ed Chikoski, rounding out the top 10 as we go back to Bonza.
Kyle, I have our first SK Light Modified Heat Race winner, Matt Brewer, with me, and you had a huge smile on your face when you climbed out of the car. How was it in that 8-lap heat?
No, it was really good. I mean, I think we got a good piece for tonight. I think our key is just to keep the nose clean and pray and see what happens.
Now, what's been the key for you guys the last month or so? Because you've been racking up more podiums recently.
I think it's just our luck is finally kicking in. I mean, this car's been good all year. It's just we haven't had the luck we need, and I don't know. I think we're really starting to kick it up.
Matt Brewer's got a lot of confidence here as he prepares for another run on Friday night, looking for another podium finish in the SK Lights.
Well, it's time for the Paradiso Insurance late model qualifier for the 50-lap event. But before we do that, we go to our SK Modifieds. So backstage, they're getting ready, and here are our SK Modified division. Starting at the point will be car number 23. That, of course, will be Wesley Prucker from Stafford Springs in the Metro Door Machine.
Outside of the front row will be the number 33 from Wolcott, Connecticut, the Jarvis Brothers roofing car for Michael Jarvis Jr.
Row number 2, car number 81, multiple track championships, goes to the Chassis Pro, Cookers Construction car from Somers, Connecticut, car 81, Todd Owen.
Driver starting 4th, running for a championship here this season, tied atop the standings right now from Hamden, Massachusetts, the Belly Hagee Farm sponsored car for Mikey Flynn.
In starting position number 5, it'll be the Hummel's Hot Dog Machine from Farmington, Connecticut, feature winner Corey DiMatteo.
The driver that has closed the most on our championship leaders over the last few weeks will start 6th, car 22. Don't count him out yet from Berlin, Connecticut, the Horsepower Hill Farm entry for Keith Rocco.
And in the final row, starting position number 7, Flamia Racing brings us car number 63 from Waterbury, Connecticut, David Flamia.
And round out the 8 starters, the number 10 from Somers, Connecticut, Avery Construction Corp, the sponsor for Dan Avery.
1 of 3 heats, 8 laps the distance. 5 will make the transfer in the handicap as they come off turn number 4. To the stripe they come. Mike Helberg gives them the green. Evenly matched to the bottom of turn 1. Wesley Prucker has turned some heads this season in qualifying and feature event competition. He leads the field down the back straightaway. But Michael Jarvis is a true competitor that runs hard and manages to put that car up front each and every Friday night.
Jarvis will have to settle for 2nd for now over Wesley Prucker, who leads lap number 1. Jarvis digging on the bottom off of turn number 2, looking to take the top spot away. Might get a little bit of a shove there from Todd Owen, who runs in 3rd. Flynn to his outside and is being pressured by Corey DiMatteo. It is tight to complete lap 2.
There's no question about it. 6 cars are creating the magic as they continue to rumble off turn number 2. Inside lane looks racy, but now the brand new leader emerges, Michael Jarvis, with a little bit of a power assist from Todd Owen. This puts Brucker to the high side. Here comes Corey DiMatteo. Rocco is there, and there's Mikey Flynn looking for the points, and he has to be among the top 5 in this qualifying event.
And it's the top 6 in that lead group up the backstretch, coming to halfway this time. 4 down, 4 to go when they hit the stripe, and it is all Michael Jarvis at the point. He is able to break out in front and pull away from a torrid race from second on back. DiMatteo to the inside of Todd Owen, just in front of Keith Rocco, Mikey Flynn, and former leader Wesley Prucker, who has fallen back to the 6th spot.
Well, 6 is good, but right now all eyes are on position number 2. Corey DiMatteo has muscled his way into second. Keith Rocco is using the same strategy on the inside. Todd Owen is stuck in the outside groove, can't get down on the bottom. Side by side for third, it is Rocco to the inside, Owen to the outside. This time they come back to the stripe. 2 laps to go.
Laps ticking off in a hurry here for the SK Modifieds. Heat number 1 of 3, and it's a 2-way race at the front right now. DiMatteo has reeled in Michael Jarvis for the top spot. Here comes Corey DiMatteo into turn number 3, right to the bottom of the speedway and right to the front of the field, coming to the white.
He's got a car that is glued to the bottom of the racetrack. It goes low, it goes high, and we've got a brand new leader. Final circuit, it is Corey DiMatteo. Keith Rocco wants a piece of the pie. Jarvis is there. Rocco tests the waters. It doesn't happen yet. Off turn number 4, Corey DiMatteo will take down this impressive qualifying win. Michael Jarvis will finish in second. Keith Rocco will finish in the 3rd spot. Todd Owen is up to 4, and the crucial 5th position is going to Mikey Flynn.
Outside of the top 5, Wesley Prucker finishing in 6th, David Flamia Jr. in 7th, and not taking a lap after some issues in practice earlier today. Dan Avery had a mechanical issue on that number 10, needed to push back to the pits. Hopefully, one of our most veteran drivers here at the racetrack will be back in time for the feature event.
Yes, and now we have turn number 3, the setting again for our second qualifying run. It looks like this. Car number 41 will be the Chapman Apartment Homes car from Ellington, Connecticut for Tyler Chapman.
Outside of the front row, the 76 from Monroe, Connecticut, Bowles Motors, the sponsor for Dylan Izzo.
Row number 2, car number 71, the Darling Auto Parts machine from Salem, Connecticut, feature event winner Alexander Pearl.
4th starter, car number 14 from Ellington, Connecticut, the Chapman Apartment Homes entry for Stephen Chapman.
Position number 5, keep your eyes on this kid. He is up front of the points, the Mr. Rooter Plumbing, Vinny Beadalone car. From Brantford, Connecticut, car number 7, it is JP, Jonathan Puglia.
Currently tied for the championship standings lead right now is Puglia, and alongside a strong competitor and recent winner, the 88 from North Haven, Connecticut, Wheeler's Auto Service, the sponsor for Marcello Refrano.
In the 7th starting spot, it is the All Crate machine. From Windsor, Connecticut, veteran driver of car number 12, Artie Caruso.
And in the 57 from Colchester, Connecticut, the Ameritech contracting car for Paul Kashiba. So that's the starting lineup. Heat race number 2, still a lap away from the start of this one, allows us the opportunity to head back to the pit area and hear from Bonza.
Corey DiMatteo's had a really rough stretch, Kyle, since he got his first win of the season about 3-4 weeks ago. But that 11 team feels like they've had a good car during that stretch. They just cannot find the luck. It's been mechanical issues or crash damage. Something has taken them out of the race for the last few features. But as you saw tonight, DiMatteo has a fast car tonight. He was happy with it in practice, and I'm sure he's happy in the heat as well.
I'm sure he will be. You're right, Bonza. Bonza covering the backstage portion of our program for this evening's presentation. So get ready. We're about ready to fire things back up as they're about ready to head off turn number 4. To the stripe they come. Green flag is out, and it is Tyler Chapman. Made it look so easy from the inside of the front row. But look out, here comes Dylan Izzo. The Spirit America car for the Bowles family. Izzo is side by side in a bit for the lead down in turn 3.
Battle up front, double wide, 2 rows deep as they come around to complete lap number 1. Chapman and Bowles side by side for the top spot. Then it's Pearl and Chapman inside and out for the 3rd position. Marcello Refrano watching it all unfold in front of him in 5th. Jonathan Puglia part of that as well. Car number 7 in 6th. And out front, breaking out front, just by a car length, it'll be the 41 of Tyler Chapman, the lead lap 2.
No question about it. Chapman is in the lead, but Alexander Pearl is coming to the front. Quickest car last circuit by. He'll move into second, short-lived. Bowles' car, driven by Dylan Izzo, will make the move. They're side by side, working their magic off the turn. Back to the stripe they come. Stephen Chapman is there. Marcello Rafano is heading to the front.
And a big shove to Pearl up the front straightaway. Pearl had to back out of it just a bit, nearly got turned around, did a half spin, and the car is stopped over in turn 2 for car number 71, Alex Pearl. Things just tightened up here on the front straightaway, and some contact was made, and Pearl did a nice job of keeping that car off, 1, the outside wall, and 2, off of his other competitors.
Well, the USNE Power Machine is set stranded, bottom of turn number 2, just to the right of the Napa Auto Care Center billboard. Let's take a look at it. Down the front straightaway, there's the power assist we were talking about. Glued to the back bumper, they go into the turn. They are tight, makes a bid for it down on the inside. Back end snaps around, tries to correct. It's too late because the remainder of the field was able to get by. So here's another look at it. You saw the movement there, and there is the consultation flag, and it is for the number 14 car, which is being told to drop to the rear of the field, and that will reset the field. 3 of the 8 circuits are complete. And believe it or not, on the last circuit under green, car number 14, the car that was just penalized, was the quickest car in that lap. So he's got a fast race car. He can come back to the front of the field with ease and aggression. Marcello Rafano is working his way to the front in the top 3, former feature event winner. Stash Butova is the crew chief behind the scenes. John Rafano and his family create the magic for that race car, and they have struggled earlier in this season, but found some magic and hopefully are looking to carry that forward. And what about the year that Jonathan Pulio is having? Kyle Rickey, JP has just done an amazing job. He has been there every week. He's been running for wins, but he's been running for points, and he's been very smart at doing just that.
He has gained 48 points over the last 4 events for Jonathan Pulio, as he'll restart in the tail end of the field here, as well as go green this time by. 3 of 8 complete. How about that sunset we're going to have tonight? It's going to make for some pretty cool Instagram photos as the sun sets here over the next half hour. Green flag is up. We're back underway. Tyler Chapman to bring the field back to turn number 2, and we'll have Dylan Izzo to his right elbow as they hit the backstretch.
No question about it. It's a foursome up front, but car number 41, Tyler Chapman, isn't folding to the pressure. Here comes Marcello Rafano down underneath Dylan Izzo. Meanwhile, Rafano had inches over Izzo to take over second. Rafano, power move to the inside, down the back straightaway. Tyler Chapman, Marcello Rafano. Here comes Jonathan Pulio. He's up to third. Izzo is stuck in the outside lane.
They are tight at the front as they come back down to the stripe, and Marcello Rafano has been able to make his way up through a lot of that traffic in the first half of this qualifying event and is about to take the race lead. Rafano led at the line last time by 6 1/1000ths of a second over Tyler Chapman, who is hanging tough in the outside lane, but fading to second, maybe third, as Jonathan Pulio goes to his inside.
There's no question about it. Pulio has a great race car. Marcello Rafano does a little stutter step in the center of turn 2. That works to the advantage of Tyler Chapman. Chapman moves back in. Here comes Jonathan Pulio. Side by side, wheel to wheel, 1 lap to go.
White flag, 1 to go. Pulio is closing in, but does he have enough time to get to the point on Marcello Rafano, the race leader? Brings the field up the back stretch for the final time by a couple of car lengths, now less than that in turn number 3 as Tyler Chapman settles in the line in third. Checkered flag is up, and at the line it's Marcello Rafano picking up the heat race win, and 1 car out of shape. It's Alex Pearl front straightaway going for a ride through the infield grass, able to hang on to it, and will finish in the 6th position, but it's Rafano picking up the win over Jonathan Pulio, who set the fastest lap of the race on the final lap. Will finish in second. Tyler Chapman third, Dylan Izzo fourth, Paul Koshiba to round out the top 5.
And just missing the handicap in the 6th position, Alexander Pearl. Stephen Chapman for 7th, and Art Caruso will round out the top 8. 2 are down, 1 to go in the mighty SK Modifieds, and car number 25 will be starting at the point. That's the East Hampton, Connecticut Fowler's Auto Wrecking Chassis Pro machine for Anthony Flannery.
Outside of the front row, car number 75 from right here in Stafford, the Monaco Ford sponsored car for David Arute.
Now let's take a look at row number 2, defending track champion, the Petty Cash Motorsports Naproco RaceChoice.com machine. From Shelton, Connecticut, the young and talented driver of car 85, Andrew Moeller.
4th starter, car number 82. This driver trying to rebound after a couple of incidents 2 weeks ago in our last feature event from Wolcott, Connecticut. New England Turf, Eastport Feeds, the sponsors for Michael Christopher Jr.
And now let's go back to the 5th starting spot. It's the M&M Auto Body Casella Waste Systems, number 3. From Worcester, Massachusetts, feature event winner and the talented Troy Talman.
Car number 70 will start in the next spot from East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Longtime veteran here at the racetrack, first year in an SK Modified, it's Wade Gagner.
And in the 7th starting spot, car number 96, the old-time veteran, the Brainerd Motorsports car from Canton, Connecticut, Kurt Brainerd.
And his outside, the number 16 for Rob Summers behind the wheel of that car here tonight in a car that has been driven by Dylan Kopech for much of this 2025 campaign. Field is on, 1 to go, so we'll check in the pit area quickly with Bonza Tufa.
I want to give a report on one of our stock contenders. Since the street stocks don't have heat races, Tyler Trott has been fighting brake issues for the last couple weeks, and it was an issue today during practice. He went out during the limited late model heat to see if they fixed the issue. They feel like they did, so keep an eye on the 80 for the 20-lap feature in the street stocks tonight.
Great tip, Bonza. We appreciate that kind of input because you are right. Those guys usually have heats to figure things out. It's go for the broke as the green flag is out. Flannery continues to try to hold his own on the inside lane. David Arute, the outside in the Monaco Ford sponsored race car. Here comes Andrew Moeller. Moeller dives to the inside. Flannery is there. They are side by side, going, gone. Brand new leader emerges in less than half a lap.
And that is Andrew Moeller, last year's champion, going to the point here after starting in row number 2. Here's Troy Talman, feature winner just a couple of weeks ago, moving up and into the 2nd spot. Keep an eye on the former point leader, Mike Christopher Jr., has fallen to 3rd in recent weeks. Car 82 making a move to the bottom and will take over that 3rd position from Anthony Flannery.
Remember, Christopher's car was severely damaged a couple weeks back. This is a brand new front clip on the car. USNE Power also on board with this team. Michael Christopher up to the top 3. Behind the M&M Auto Body machine of Talman, they come back off turn number 4. Flannery is back there in the 4th position, and then it's David Arute holding on to position number 5.
Kurt Brainerd further back, battling Wade Gagner for a spot just out of the front 5. That is 6th, 7th, and 8th, with Summers back there as well, making his debut in the 16 here for this season. Halfway this time, and it's Andrew Moeller at the point. Michael Christopher Jr., fastest car on the racetrack right now, setting that lap last time by, running in 3rd in the 82.
Meanwhile, they dive down into turn number 3. Battle is for 2nd. Here comes Christopher. Takes a peek at the Casella Waste back bumper. Doesn't like it. Wants to move to the inside. Slingshot to the bottom of turn number 1. Talman slams the door. Troy Talman is back up front. 3 of the best drivers in the SK Modifieds, wheel to wheel as they head back to the stripe. It is 2 circuits to go.
Anthony Flannery wants to make it 4 in car number 25, and he's within a car length of Christopher from doing just that. 2 laps to run. Summers further back to the inside of the 96 of Kurt Brainerd for the 6th position. So that 16 car has gained a couple of spots here these last few laps, but it's well behind the race leaders that come off of turn number 4. White flag, 1 lap to go for Andrew Moeller, Troy Talman, Mike Christopher Jr., and Anthony Flannery.
There's no question about it. Tonight, Moeller has got a racy race car, but so doesn't Talman. Right there in his back bumper, Michael Christopher, and it is Anthony Flannery. Checkered flag is out. 5 is the magic number here. Top 4 across the line. Andrew Moeller will take down the win. Troy Talman in for second, Michael Christopher for third, Anthony Flannery for fourth, and David Arute will round out the top 5.
Rob Summers shown in 6th in car number 16, then Kurt Brainerd in the 96, and Wade Gagner in the 70, rounding out the 8-car field as we go back down to Bonds in the pit area.
Kyle, the late models are coming back, and I do want to give one report ahead of the first heat because Paul Verrecchio Jr. is in that heat race, and he had issues during practice, motor issues. It was skipping during the first round. They worked on the car throughout the second round of practice, didn't go back out, so we're going to find out how his car performs here in the heat race as they look to figure out their motor issue.
We'll be starting in row 4 in this forthcoming heat race that makes its way onto the racetrack as we speak, Ben, as these cars prepare for their big 50-lapper later tonight in the Paradiso Insurance Late Model 50.
So much going on with the good folks from Paradiso. The shirts trying to raise some money for a great cause that they've always invested in. And of course, you can win some tickets to the fall final here at Stafford. On the Speedway now, 50 laps will be the feature event, but you have to be among the top 7. They say it's not where you start, but it always is where you start that determines where you end up. Car number 33 will be starting at the point. The industrial management machine from Park Hempstead. It is Aiden Burrill Jr.
Outside of the front row, car number 92 from East Longmeadow, Massachusetts, the King Ray Coach Lines car for Tom Fern.
Row number 2, car number 07, the Tom O'Sullivan welding car from Belchertown, Massachusetts, Chris Buffoni.
Starting in 4th, car number 87, been a long couple of weeks putting Humpty Dumpty back together after a big hit in turn number 1 for the 87 from North Franklin, Connecticut. Mayday Oil, the sponsor for Chris Meyer.
3 rows back, starting position number 5 goes to car number 4, the Butler Motorsports machine from Stafford Springs, Connecticut. The legend here of late models, Tommy Butler.
6th starter, 2-time and defending champion, car number 23 from Ellington, Connecticut. Levine Law, the sponsorship for Kevin Gambacorda.
He's a champion and looking to win another title. The Tavern on the Tracks machine from Berlin, Connecticut. Car 39, Paul Verrecchio Jr.
That motor skipping. We'll see how the car's running here in this heat race for the 39. Then the 14 is next from right here in Stafford. American Sleeve Bearing, the sponsor for Cliff Saunders.
Its twin brother will be starting scratch. Car number 40, the American Sleeve Bearing machine for Al Saunders from Stafford Springs, Connecticut. That is round number 1, 8 laps, 7 cars to transfer. The green is out and they fire them up. Aiden Burrill trying to hold the lead, but on the outside, one of Stafford's best in this division as well. Tom Fern muscles his way to the front. He pulls away by about a car length, but the battle is still on side by side for second. The outside lane seems to be where the magic is, Kyle, as they come back to the stripe.
Outside lane advances. Chris Meyer is there, moving up to the 2nd spot as they go back to turn number 1. Meyer to 2nd, Burrill in 3rd, Buffoni 4th. Gambacorda does not have that same speed topside and will fall outside of the top 5 in the 23, bypassed a moment ago by Tom Butler.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes on this situation off the turn. Buffoni has muscled his way down underneath Aiden Burrill. Buffoni is shown still in the 4th spot. Make it 3rd now. Here comes Tom Butler. He's going to try to take over the 4th spot. Meanwhile, Gambacorda back in position number 6. He's a champion of champions, you know, and Gambacorda is working his magic to the inside as they come off the turn. Meanwhile, it appears that still battling and struggling is Aiden Burrill back there.
Aiden Burrill in the 33, slipping up just a bit, has Gambacorda going to his inside. Verrecchio with his skipping issue that Bonza mentioned a bit ago, still outside of the front 5, running in 6 right now in car 39. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. 2-car race up front. Chris Meyer, who had that car into the outside wall 2 weeks ago, was back last week for practice, was happy with the car. And he should be. He's challenging for the lead here a week later in the heat race on 3-time champion Tom Fern.
And meanwhile, look a little further back as the battle for the lead is going on. Tom Butler moves in, takes over the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, Gambacorda is coming to the front with a vengeance. He'll move into 4th, bumps Buffoni back to the 5th position. Verrecchio is right there, back up front. Fern all over him is Chris Myers. They come off turn number 4, back to the stripe. 2 circuits to go. No one is giving up an inch in that bid for the lead.
Back to turn number 2. Butler about to join that lead duo over in turn number 2, make it a three-way race at the point, and he has time to get there in car number 4. Meyer in second, unable to challenge Fern, who's led all the laps thus far. They've singled out through the field, coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go for the number 92. Tom Fern brings them back to the corner.
Tom Fern has driven a flawless race so far, but still, Chris Myers is right there. Myers has got a racy race car tonight, and just like he told Bonza, he is expecting big things, but he wasn't quite sure. Back off turn number 4, looking for the checker. Here they come. Single file. It's Tom Fern. Stepping out of line is Chris Myers, but he'll have to settle for second. Tommy Butler to finish in third. Kevin Gambercorder for fourth. Chris Buffoni for 5. And finishing in the 6th spot, Paul Verrecchio with Aiden Burrill for 7th.
That's the top 7. In the 8th spot, Al Saunders in 8th, and Cliff Saunders to round out the top 9 in their second visit to the track here this season, as we welcome them back to this division as we go back to Bonza.
One late model driver that's had a tumultuous day already is our defending Paradiso Insurance late model 50 winner, Alexandra Fern. First round of practice, brake issues, replaced the front brake calipers, couldn't get the transmission into high gear, replaced the transmission. Also lost lead, also had to replace the fuel pump. So it's been a rough go so far for that 12 team, but they got everything replaced and they feel like the car should be good to go for tonight's heat.
What a tough way to start, Bonza, but she is a trooper and she won't give up, or anyone involved in that car. Car number 9 will be starting at the point in round number 2. Bobby Sturck III from Naugatuck, Connecticut in the A6A Associates car.
And to the outside of the front row, the driver with all those issues earlier today, and hopefully they're behind her, the driver of car number 12 from Hamden, Massachusetts, the Safeco foam car for Alexandra Fern.
Row number 2 to the inside, Universal Plastics, brings us car number 43 from Chicopee, Massachusetts. It is Andrew Duran.
For starter, another former winner of this event, car number 10 from Fairfield, Connecticut, the Springfield Thunderbirds car for Wayne Corey Jr.
5th starting spot, car number 79, the Jarmont Farms Botticello Incorporated car. From Enfield, Connecticut, it is Daryl Keene.
And to the outside of that third row, another former winner of this late model 50, the 97 from Granby, Massachusetts, the current point leader in the Meadows Motor Car sponsored car for Adam Gray.
7th starting spot, car number 32, Safeco Foams. From Hamden, Connecticut, it is Ryan Fern.
And to round out that row, the 51 from Palmer, Massachusetts, Safeco Foam, the sponsor for Josh Wood.
And DMW Graphics brings us car number 42. From Statesville, North Carolina, it is Michael Ray. So that is our group for round number 2 in Paradiso qualifying for the 50-lap event. And of course, it is very important that you want to be among those top 7 in this 8-lap qualifying event.
If there were such thing, Ben, as a perfect sunset, it'd be happening right now.
You
can
totally
actually
right.
see it.
Yep,
and not be blinded when you look at it.
That's right. So that is the perfect setting for the perfect night of racing. For those of you that are watching us at home, still not too late for you to come out and be here live at Stafford. Here they come. Green flag is out. And Alexander Fern's problems, will they have been solved, or will it be a horse of a different color? Right now, as they come off the turn, it is still Alexander Fern holding on side by side. Durand on the outside. Here they come, Kyle, back to the stripe.
Lap 1 about to be complete, and after all the issues earlier today, Alexandra Fern will lead lap number 1 here in this qualifying heat race. Andrew Duran beginning to come to life in the 43, and as I say that, slides up the racetrack, and the driver that has finished second in this late model 50 the last 2 runnings. In the second spot now, that is Daryl Keene in the 79.
Daryl Keene is a smooth, consistent, calculated driver. Meanwhile, look a little further back. Adam Gray is not pulling any extra punches in this one. He goes from the outside to the inside. Adam Gray moves in, takes over the 4th spot. Meanwhile, dogfight battle with Josh Wood. Wayne Corey is in the mix in this one. 5 cars contending for 4th.
That allows the top 3 to get away, 2 of them from the same family. Alexandra Fern, the race leader, her brother running in 3rd. That is Ryan, another former winner of this late model 50 a couple of years ago. Adam Gray running in 4th. Daryl Keene looking to add his name to that prestigious list maybe later tonight. Currently in the second spot in car 79. 4 down, 4 to go here in our final qualifying event of the evening.
A lot of good racing action just at the bottom of the top 5. Josh Wood, who does a limited schedule, has worked his magic into the top 5. Meanwhile, behind them, Wayne Corey Jr. tries to shake off Duran. Remember, Duran was up front, and he got shuffled all the way back to a position in the top 8. That's not like him. Usually he's so strong for the competition here. Back down. 2 laps will be given at the stripe. Alexander Fern is looking real racy. You would know she had all those problems earlier that Bonzo was able to tell us she's looking strong.
2 laps to go for Alexandra, and she may have some pressure from Daryl Keene. They finished 1-2 in this race a year ago. 1-2 on the racetrack now. Ryan Fern in third, about to try to fend off Adam Gray, who's closing in from 4th in car number 97. Josh Wood to round out the top 5. So all 3 of the Safeco cars right now in the top 5 in this qualifying event. Into the final lap as the white flag waves from the starter stand. Keene closing in, but does he have enough time to get there with a half lap to run?
There's no question about it. A commanding lead with Alexander Fern. Keene is trying to close up the gap as they come off the turn. Checkered flag is out. A convincing victory for Alexander Fern. Daryl Keene to finish in second. Ryan Fern for third. Adam Gray up to 4th. Josh Wood to round out the top 5. Michael Ray will finish in the 6th position. 3 cars just to the bottom of the field. Wayne Corey Jr., Andrew Duran, and Bobby Stern.
And with that, qualifying in the books here for our 5 divisions of competition. Feature event racing coming up. Again, the street stocks did not qualify tonight. They were pre-qualified for their 20-lap feature, which is coming up in just a little bit. Also, final opportunity to visit the Paradiso Insurance display down on the Midway. And it looks like they're about out of shirts, so a big thanks to everybody that made donations and entered for that those free tickets to the Napa Fall Final here later this season. There's the Setting Sun feature event competition coming up next from the Stafford Speedway. It's getting down to crunch time for the weekly teams of Stafford Speedway. And boy, have things gotten tight in several of the divisional championships. The SK Modifieds are deadlocked at the top as Mikey Flynn and Jonathan Pulio were tied, while former leader Michael Christopher Jr. has fallen to third. Megan Fuller has been in that arm's reach before in the street stocks, losing the track title in 2020 on the final corner of the final lap of the final race of the season. Now, 5 years later, Fuller finds herself atop the SK Light modified standings, but has a fast-closing Peter Bennett making a late-season charge. Travis Haidar also has plenty of experience running for a title, learning patience and consistency along the way. That sums up his rookie season in the limited late models, having won twice and having the largest lead among the 5 weekly divisions. And Travis Downey is seeking 2 titles in a row in the street stocks. However, his consistency may not be enough, as 5-time winner Aaron Clemens is making a habit of visiting Napa Victory Lane, which has kept him alive in the run for his first track title. Tonight, it's the late models' turn to take center stage in their longest event of the year, the Paradiso Insurance 50. Last year, it was Alexandra Fern claiming the win and cementing her mark as a victor in the division's most prestigious event. Tonight, Fern returns, along with the likes of former late model 50 winners Adam Gray and Tom Fern, while Kevin Gambacorda, Paul Verrecchio Jr., Wayne Corey Jr., and others will be looking to add their name to the win list of the longest race of the season. It's a full night of feature event racing, highlighting the Paradiso Insurance Late Model 50 next from Stafford Speedway.